Did Digger from Moonshiners get busted? His craft is definitely risky in the world of illicit alcohol production. Few names stand out like Digger Mains from Moonshiners, a reality TV series that has captivated audiences with its gritty portrayal of the underground world of moonshine. The show takes viewers into the heart of the Appalachian Mountains, where skilled moonshiners work tirelessly to produce illegal alcohol, known for its potency and craftsmanship. Digger, one of the show's stars, has become a fan favorite for his dedication to the craft and his no-nonsense attitude. However, his craft is not without its risks, and fans have often wondered, did Digger get busted? What has happened to him in the world of moonshine, where danger lurks at every corner, both from the law and rival distillers? The allure of moonshine. Before diving into the specifics of Digger's story, it's important to understand the context of moonshine production. Moonshiners have a long and storied history, particularly in the Appalachian region, where the art of distilling alcohol dates back to the early days of the United States. Historically, the production of illegal spirits became a necessity for many mountain folk, as they sought to create a livelihood in isolated areas where legal alcohol distribution was often out of reach. Moonshine is traditionally distilled from corn, sugar, or other grains, and its production is often done in makeshift stills, hidden deep in the woods to avoid detection by authorities. It's a dangerous craft, requiring knowledge of chemistry, precise timing, and the skill to craft a product that is not only potent, but also relatively safe to consume. Unfortunately, the risks are high. From the volatile nature of the distillation process to the ever-present threat of law enforcement, moonshiners face numerous obstacles. For someone like Digger, the stakes are even higher, especially with the widespread popularity of moonshiners and the scrutiny that comes with it. Digger's rise to fame. Digger Mains was introduced to moonshiners as a skilled distiller, known for his ability to create high-quality moonshine while maintaining a low profile. A man of few words, Digger's persona resonated with fans of the show, as he exemplified the spirit of a true Appalachian moonshiner. Digger, often seen alongside his partner Mark and other local distillers, played a pivotal role in showcasing the risks and challenges that come with producing illicit alcohol. On the show, Digger's meticulousness in his craft is apparent. His focus on preserving traditional distilling methods is a hallmark of his character. He often seeks to perfect his recipes, relying on years of accumulated knowledge passed down through generations of moonshiners. His passion for the craft is not only about the product, but also about preserving an age-old tradition in a modern world that's rapidly changing. While the show has largely focused on his distilling prowess, it also highlights the dangers of the profession. The threat of being caught by the law, having rival moonshiners steal your product, or even injuring oneself in the distillation process are constant pressures that any moonshiner, including Digger, faces. Despite these risks, Digger has remained a central figure on Moonshiners, and fans have grown curious about what has happened to him off-screen. The legal risks of moonshining. While moonshiners might portray a certain level of romanticism surrounding the craft, the reality is far more dangerous. In the United States, producing alcohol without a license is illegal, regardless of whether it's sold or not. The government imposes strict regulations on alcohol production to ensure the safety of consumers, including taxes and quality control measures. Without the proper permits and licenses, distilling alcohol is considered a federal offense, punishable by fines, seizures of property, and even jail time. For many moonshiners, the risk of getting busted is always a looming threat. Law enforcement agencies, particularly the Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau, TTB, work tirelessly to root out illegal distillers. The TTB, along with local authorities, monitors the production and distribution of alcohol, and many moonshiners have been caught over the years. Given the high stakes, the question on every fan's mind is whether Digger, a very public figure in the moonshine world, has ever fallen victim to the law. Did Digger get busted? Despite the dangers and legal ramifications associated with moonshining, Digger has largely managed to avoid major legal trouble during the run of moonshiners. However, this does not mean he has been entirely free from brushes with the law. In fact, the show has often shown him and his fellow moonshiners using extreme caution, taking pains to hide their operations and constantly worrying about law enforcement catching wind of their activities. Off-screen, Digger has faced legal scrutiny. In 2015, there were local authorities. However, as with many of the moonshiners featured on the show, the details were often shrouded in mystery. Many fans speculated that the show's portrayal of his busted moments could be scripted or exaggerated for dramatic effect, something the producers of Moonshiners have occasionally done to ramp up the intensity of the show. There is, however, no solid public evidence to suggest that Digger was ever busted in the legal sense or served time behind bars for his craft. What is more likely is that Digger, much like many of his peers, operates in a highly secretive manner to avoid the attention of law enforcement. Moonshiners often have a network of trusted individuals who help protect their operations, from hiding stills in remote locations to sharing tips on law enforcement movements. The nature of the business requires moonshiners to be savvy, often moving their operations or scaling down production when they sense a crack in the radar of local authorities. This is why many moonshiners, including Digger, manage to stay just under the radar despite the constant risk of getting caught. The craft of moonshining. A double-edged sword. While Moonshiners has glamorized the moonshine business to a degree, the reality of the craft is far more complex. It's not just about making a quick buck or producing strong liquor. For many moonshiners, including Digger, it's about tradition and skill. The art of distilling is intricate, and each batch of moonshine is a test of both expertise and patience. But with that expertise comes risk. If caught, the penalties are steep, and the reputation of a moonshiner can be destroyed in an instant. Digger's craft is undeniably risky, not only because of the legal consequences, but also due to the dangers of distillation itself. The process of creating moonshine involves high heat, volatile chemicals, and explosive potential. An improper setup or a misstep in the distilling process can lead to dangerous fires or even deadly explosions. For someone like Digger, who prides himself on his craft, such risks are taken seriously, and he has likely put in countless hours to ensure his operations are as safe as possible. Still, accidents can happen, and even the most experienced moonshiner can find themselves in trouble. The legacy of Digger's craft as of now, Digger's exact legal situation remains a bit of a mystery. While there have been rumors and speculations, no major bust has been confirmed, and Digger's position on Moonshiners remains secure. He continues to be a beloved figure among fans, and his passion for his craft remains evident. His ability to navigate the complex world of moonshining, balancing the thrill of the chase with the risks of the trade, is a testament to his skill and determination. In many ways, Digger represents the heart of the moonshining tradition, one that is steeped in secrecy, rebellion, and an unyielding dedication to craft. Whether or not he ever gets busted, his legacy as a moonshiner is secure. For fans of the show and the craft alike, Digger remains a symbol of the risks and rewards of the moonshine business. The world of moonshining is a shadowy one, with secretive and dangerous traditions that often fly under the radar of the law. These skilled craftsmen work in the cover of darkness, carefully distilling spirits in secluded backwoods locations. One of the most well-known faces of this clandestine world comes from the popular reality TV show Moonshiners, where viewers get a glimpse into the often perilous lives of individuals who continue to operate outside the law to create illicit liquor. Among the cast of Moonshiners, Digger Maines has become a standout figure. Digger, known for his deep Southern roots and passion for old-school distilling methods, has earned a reputation as one of the show's more adventurous and skilled moonshiners. But as we all know, a craft as risky as moonshining doesn't come without its challenges and legal trouble. Fans of moonshiners have often wondered, did Digger get busted? Did his love for making spirits finally catch up with him? Let's dive into the world of Digger Maines, his dangerous craft, and the possibility that he might have crossed the line with the law. Is Digger's moonshine empire on the rocks, or did he find a way to stay just out of the reach of authorities? The rise of Digger Maines didn't start off with a silver spoon in his mouth. Growing up in the hills of Appalachian, Digger was born and raised in a family with a long tradition of moonshining. His father and grandfather were known for making some of the finest spirits in the area, passing down the craft through generations. For Digger, moonshining wasn't just a profession. It was a way of life, steeped in history and heritage. The art of moonshining is as old as the hills themselves, originating in the 18th century when settlers in the Appalachian region began distilling their own alcohol as a means of survival.